Hey, it's Matt from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to show you my Frieza Universe 7 deck. Woo! So, he's got Warrior Universe 7, so this is treat all Universe 7, or Warrior Universe 7 cards in all areas as they have their specified cost. So you can run any colour in here, as long as it's Universe 7, obviously. So he's got an activate main, which is once per turn. You can discard the Universe 7 from your hand and draw 2 cards. So he's like the old Cell Leader back in set 2 where you can just draw 2. Yeah. And then his Awaken is 2 energy back to active. So then we flip him over. So he's still at the Warrior Universe 7 thing. And then activate once per turn, discard 1. Then you can again draw 2 cards. But then you can also choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it into rest mode. So then gives you a free target to pop. So that's the leader. And start off with the extra cards. Before I actually get into the Universe 7. Why do I keep doing that? It's because I'm just, my brain. I'm going to go into a different part of the extra cards. So, got 4 Flying Nimbus. So this is the negate for the deck. This is because I just feel like this is the right negate for the deck. That's obviously just my personal preference on it. So you pay 1 yellow. You can discard a card. If you do, it makes it so your opponent can only have 1 more attack in their battle area. If you don't, it just straight up negates. So it's a negate anyway. It just gives you that extra ability. And then we have 3 copies of Sensor Beam. This is just for the protection during your opponent's turn and to give yourself that extra push on your turn. So you pay 1 yellow, active battle, game 5 go. I should probably do that as well. And then for the last of the extra cards, we've got Universe 7 Representative. This really makes the deck, in my opinion. It's so vital to run at 4 because you really need to be digging. So you pay 1, any colour, it doesn't matter. It's got the permanent that is treated as Universe 7 in all areas. So it can be pitched with your leader effect, draw 2 cards. So that's one of the main things for it, and there's other cards that will say discard Universe 7 to get this effect or whatever. So when you activate it, you've got top 7 cards in your deck, and you can add any Universe 7 from there to your hand. So it's a good digger as well. Alright, into the actual battle cards now. So for the 1-drops, we have 2 copies of Master Roshi Forged of Will. So you pay 1 yellow. Doesn't really matter, you can use blue or whatever because it's Warrior of Universe 7. He's a counter attack, so he's a negate basically, which comes onto the board, which is really good. I'm only running 2 because I got 4 of the Flying Nimbus as well, and also I found deck space a bit awkward with what I wanted to do with the deck, but that's just obviously me personally. And for the last of the 1-drops, we've got the Searcher for the deck, the 1-drop Searcher. So this is ready to fight Son Goku. You pay 1 blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Warrior of Universe 7 from there to your hand. Into the 2-drops, we have the Super Combo for the deck. So this is the Universe 7 one. So you can search this off your Ready to Fight, or you can search this off your Universe 7 rep. And it's also one of the newer types of super combos where you can activate it at 5. And for the last of the 2-drops, we have, well, the only actual proper 2-drop, is 4 copies of Agony of Hell Frieza. So it's got an auto, when you play this card, choose up to 1 Frieza in your drop and add it to your hand. So, really good effect, and you'll understand, well, obviously the deck is Frieza based, so you'll see what this is all about later on. It gets into the key part of the deck. So, okay, into the 3-drops. There is quite a few of these. I didn't realise there was quite a few. On my days, there's more. that goes there, that goes there. Right, okay, we're there. So we have 3 copies of Focus Mind Piccolo. So he has Blocker and Barrier, so that's already annoying for your opponent. And then it says, during your opponent's turn, you have 4 or more energy. This card gains 5,000 power. So he's a 20 blocker during your opponent's turn, which I've still yet to actually really utilise. And then we've got 3 copies of Destructive Disc Krillin. Now this is part of your Self-Awakening engine in this deck, because there is another card in this deck that helps the Self-Awakening, because you really want to awaken as quickly as possible. You want to outspeed your opponent in that if you can. So you can get the extra utility out of your Awakened Leader. So when you play this one, you choose a card from your life, add it to your hand, and you get to pop cards on your opponent's side equal to the energy cost of 3 or less. And then we've got 2 copies of Focus Mind Son Gohan. So he has Barrier, so your opponent has to swing at it to get around it. But he has also an Activate Main, where you get to look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and you get to choose a Universe 7 from among there, and play it if you pay its energy cost. Okay. And then we've got 2 copies of Infinite Energy Android 18. So auto, when you combo with this card, you pay the 1, it comes into play in rest mode. So it's like one of the older ones from set 2. Brain. And for the last of 3 drops, we have 2 copies of Energy Guard Android 17. So it's another blocker for the deck. And at the end of the turn, at the end of your turn, you switch this card to active mode, so you can swing with it and then have it as a blocker during your opponent's turn. Okay, on to the 5 drops. There we go. Right, we have 3 copies of Full Power Spirit Bomb Son Goku. So this is another Self-Awakener in the deck. He has Double Strike, Auto. When you play him, you get to draw a card and choose one of your energy switches to active mode. So he's essentially a 4-drop, basically. And then Activate Main, choose 2 cards in your life, add them to your hand, and he gains 10,000 power for the duration of a turn. So it really helps the Self-Awakening. And the fact that you get to draw when you play him, as well as getting an energy back, is really good. But as you can see, I run 3 of each of the Krillin in this, just to obviously get that Self-Awakening as quickly as possible. And then I run 3 copies of Beerus Universe 7 Divine Vanquisher. Yeah, I don't use the Whis because there is just no point. I run 3 of these. If I see it and play it, I see it and play it. But it's still nice in a deck because it's another threat. So he has Double Strike, and when his card attacks, he's similar to the 7-drop version of himself, but kind of toned down a bit. So your opponent chooses cards in their battle area, their energy area, or their hand as any combination, so the energy cost adds up to 6 or more, and then they gotta discard them. So it's just nasty as anything. And because it makes your opponent choose really carefully out where they want to be punished. And then we've got one of the key cards to the deck. I feel like you need this at 4 because you have to see it. So this is Cold Hearted Strike Frieza. So he has dual attack, and also when you play this card, you can discard a Universe 7 from your hand, and you get to choose 2 cards in your opponent's side of the field, ignoring Barrier, and switch them to rest mode. So then he can basically just go, I'll switch them to rest mode, I'll swing at 1 and then go back to active. And then swing at something else if you wanted to. And then for the last card of the deck, the one card that you want to get out as quickly as possible, and you want to do this before your opponent awakens, is Frieza Emperor of Universe 7. So you pay 1 to evolve him for the EX Evolve, which is why you have 4 of this guy. And it can only go onto him, because it's going to go into a Universe 7 one. And you got to discard the Universe 7 from your hand to get the Evolve. He has Triple Strike, which is just evil. Drop zone always a nasty thing. And then he has a permanent. If your leader card is yellow, your opponent your opponent's counter skills, non-keyword auto / activate skills cannot be activated unless they place one card from their life into the drop area. So your opponent's got to crit themselves in order to negate, activate any active main skills, any auto skills. So that includes super combos, awakening. So this is what I mean, like you want to get this out before your opponent awakens. So say if they're on 6 and you swing with this, which is what you want to try to have happen, so they go down to 3. And then it's like, well, then you put more pressure on with the rest of your board to really force them to awaken during your turn, so they don't gain the full utility out of awakening, depending on what their leader is. If it's only a draw 2, then it doesn't really matter. But they're going to get punished for awakening. So that's why you have, in this deck, the little Frieza package. That, and if I can find them quickly for you guys. So the Frieza package of the deck, which is your win con, basically, is what you try to strive for. Yeah, I know it's 4-4-3, but that's mainly because we didn't pull the 4th one. Or did we pull a 4th one? No, we didn't. Okay, we didn't pull a 4th one, so did the best we could with what we pulled. And now you can understand why the Agony of Hell freezes in the deck, because of the fact that like you don't have to worry about losing these. I mean, as you saw in the game, I discarded this at the start of the game because I knew I could get it back with Agony of Hell, and you want to try and get this set up as quickly as possible. So that's the Frieza deck that I put together. So that's it, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.